Good morning. Yeah, you can't see me very well, I know. It's 5:19 in the morning. Yeah, around 4:30 I decided it was so rolly and stuff, I couldn't sleep anyway, so why not get on the road, as it were, on the rainy. So yeah, just past Digby Island there. We got about a 14 knot wind, just slightly off the clacker. So we're getting up to about 7 knots from time to time, so that's not too shabby. Anyway, this is what I'm looking at the moment anyway. So yeah, the dawn sky is starting to reveal itself. And yeah, soon we shall have some daylight. Looks like it's going to be a nice day too. So yeah, coffee time. Yeah, we're leaving Digby Island and the Beverleys behind. And yeah, it's just a bit rolly at the moment because we've got the wind right on the clacker. It's right behind me. So the boat's just rolling every which way. There's nothing really to hold it over, as it were, but yeah, we're moving along pretty nicely, 5 to 6 knots generally, or yeah, it's 5 now. But as you can see, quite a bit of roll going on here, but that's okay. It's moving us along nicely, so I'm not complaining. I think that's Bluff Island over there. I can't remember what the other one is. Yeah, it's a big old empty sea at the moment. And the coffee's trying to escape. Oh, this looks promising. Oh, look at that. Here she comes. Still trucking along at about 5 knots. A lot of chop at the moment. It's going in every direction. So while it's quick, it's probably not the most comfortable ride in the world, but that's okay. It's getting along quickly. I got a little bit of jib out basically, because if I let any more out, it's just going to flap backwards and forwards the boat. Don't give a pole for anyone who says that. So yeah, I'm just testing George out on this kind of, and it's handling it quite well. So yeah, so far so good. Yeah, this thing going with it, he's bashing up into it. Oops, lost him. There he is. Yeah, he's bashing up into it, at least going with it. He's got lines on the water. Land ho! I thought I could see it a while back there, because you got those clouds there above it, which generally don't form over water. So it's usually a good indication there's land over there. Which there is. It is. Anyway, still surfing along a bit here. I have just jibed. The incoming tide will be moving from my left to right. So I've got to lay in a bit of correction basically, to try and stay on the run line. So yeah, beautiful day, starting to warm up. So we're just starting to lose the Beverly Islands, Digby Islands, Noel Island on the horizon. And passing, yes, Finks Island. And Pine Peak Island. And Hotspur. And Middle Percy Island is getting bigger on the horizon now. So, getting closer. Yay! Well, Middle Percy's getting bigger. That's South Percy over there. So yeah, there's a little island this side of Middle Percy, I believe, and I can start to distinguish that now. It's still quite hazy there. Very humid. Yeah, there's still moisture at places on the deck on the boat, and it's 8:30 in the morning. Anyway, it's supposed to be 32 today degrees. So yeah, hope they got a nice beach there. And she draws in ever closer. You can see those little islands just in front of it. They're sort of darker. Sea's calmed down a little bit, but it's just the wind's dead behind me, so yeah, the boat just rolls. Where's this coloured water here? Like it's an upwelling of something. Not feeling any turbulence. I've seen a few of them around the place. Must be the tide. It's 24 metres deep. There's a little slightly shallower pieces, so yeah. So the islands in front are the Pine Islets, and we're going to head around a bit to the shore on the right-hand side there. I'm just laying in quite a bit of deviation here against the current, which is going left to right. I've stuck the engine on now just to assist a bit because we're up against the tide here, and wind's kind of dropping out. So there's a house on that island. There's some structure over there too. I'm quite sure what it is. And that's where we go, around that corner. Ha! It wasn't a structure at all, it was sand dunes between the trees. That's Western Bay over there, I believe it's called, which is another very popular boat haven, but probably not the best one in a northerly, so that's why we'll head across and round the point here and get away from this chop. Getting slowly closer. I'm motoring up against the tide, achieving about 2.5 to 3 knots, so feels a bit like pulling teeth, but that's okay. So I've just checked the weather, and it looks really good for being around in the Refuge Bay, I think it's called, where I'm headed now. We are due for a bit of a northerly, sorry, not a northerly, the other one, southerly. So maybe tomorrow I'll tootle around here to Western Bay and sit out a reasonably strong southerly that's coming, and then when that's done I'll probably shoot across to Hunter or Marble Island, which is way out there on the horizon if you can see it. The conditions sound like they'll lend themselves to a fairly good close haul reach, so that would be doable as well. So yeah, it's shaping up alright. But today are going to be warm and tomorrow's going to be warm. Today are going to be warm. Anyway, look at that. Wouldn't you rather be at the office? And here we draw closer and closer. Looking forward to peeking round the corner, see what we can find. The trees standing sentinel there, right on the point. Well, except for that end which seems to have been sliced off. Anyway, the wind's dying away, the heat's definitely picking up. Do you remember we're forecast to have 32 degrees today? So yes, I would like to find some water to jump into, I think. Okay, just coming around Hickson Point. Looks like a few sand dunes and stuff there. Yeah, I haven't seen much of that in the last few islands I've been on, so and it gets choppy around the point here because this is where the tide sort of gets constrained and therefore picks up speed. So once around the point, hopefully things will be a little bit more calm. Well, it's not calm, but yeah, not fighting tides at least anyway. Yeah, quite a lot of sand here actually. Well, it's looking pretty nice so far. You can't see any masts yet either, so maybe they're deeper into the bay and they're not tall enough to be seen over this headland. Apparently the big rush south has started, so Boats heading south from Queensland for the end of the season, basically. Somebody was posting before that Middle Percy is going to get really busy, so let's hope I'm not going to be inundated, but so far it looks pretty good to me. Pretty impressive here. Nice entrance, sentinel rock here. Nice deep bay. Very good. I think the far end of the bay is generally what people seem to go for, but I can't believe I'm seeing nobody so far. That's, oh how awful. Anyway, very impressive. Looking back to the point. First part of the point we came around Pine Islands, and you can't even see where we came from anymore this morning. It's well over the horizon in the mist, a bit of both, I guess. Yeah, look at that sea now. Look at the colour. Just eat that up for a little while. What I actually said, just eat that up for a little while. I know it's water, but you know what I mean. There you go. You're welcome. Wow, I can't believe there's not one soul here. That's crazy good. I would like to go in there, but it is shallower there, so for me in a mono it's probably not the best idea. So I'm going to go and check out the far end here, where it seems that the deep water comes in much closer to the shore, which for somebody like me who rows ashore is a big selling point. So yeah, look at this place. I'll claim it for the dawn bay. Very nice. Hadn't figured on these guys have rubber timbers. Really powerful. Okay, one ducky getting ready to go in the water. I'm going to go ashore here, just have a dip in the water. Not even tempted to climb that up, climb up that even. Just spoke to some nice guys, Nick and Nick from Hobart, and they say they're around a West Bay and there's not a ripple around there, so I'm going to have a dip in this water and then I might just fire up the engine and go around there as well, because it's going to go to accelerate at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway, which is an awakening I don't really need if I can avoid it. Beautiful place here though. Well, here I am on the beach, Refuge Bay, Middle Percy. Oh, what a day. It's 30 odd degrees. And look at this beach. I mean, look at the sand. It's just so fine and golden. The water looks clear as, and definitely jumping in there in 2 seconds time. And there's the sand dune, which I'm not going to climb up the face of. A, I can't be asked. B, I'm sure it's very hot. Had a lovely dip in the water here at Refuge Bay, back at the beach there. And now I'm on my way. I'm crossing Refuge Bay. I'm going to head around to West Bay, so basically coming back the way I came earlier on, but then continuing a bit further around the bottom, top, or whichever way you look at it. Yeah, two nice young guys, as I mentioned before, from Hobart, came by in their little tender, and they said, yeah, it's much calmer over there, and coupled with the southerly coming at 3 a.m. I think it's a great idea. Anyway, off I go. It is hot. The water was so good. So more of that. Getting closer to the point and leaving Refuge Bay. Looks like there's 2 other boats here now. Mono over there and a catamaran much closer in. Yeah, as I said earlier, I think it's quite shallow in that part of the bay, so hence the monohull yacht needs to be further out with their deeper keel. And look at the sunlight on the water up there. Just seeing how strong the tide's going to be when I hit the corner. I'm managing about 2.5 knots at the moment. Not blistering speed, but we have time. Slowly but surely. Very nice there with the sun shining back there now on those rocks and sand. Just coming around the point now. We've managed to hold on to 2.5 knots so far. Pine Island's up ahead. Yeah, just going to be running into the rip here in a second. And yeah, still making forward progress, which is always a good thing. Look at that. Feels like we're inching along, still doing 2.2 knots though, but yeah, just feels that way, I guess. Wind against us, tide against us. Oh well. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, we're just continuing on along the west side of Middle Percy. Picked up a bit of speed now as we're out in the stream of the current. Not that it's with us, but it's against us less. Okay, coming up on West Bay, I can see a mast in here. It's big enough, looks a bit, not a mast, but I'm sure it is good. Okay, 2 miles. Still not feeling it. Yes, to go in a lot deeper. But, yeah. Different kind of anchorage. But you never know until you get inside. Okay, I'm seeing palm trees. Not that that really helps. You get that warm, fuzzy feeling, maybe. Let's go on. I'm quite sure how this one is going to get less rolling than the one I've left. But you will see. Ah, the famous A-frame. Yeah, we'll go and probably check that out tomorrow. I think the day's been long enough already. Yeah, let's see where we can position ourselves. That's a long day. So, very good to have arrived here. And look at that. Perfectly positioned too. Look at that. Lovely. Thank you for watching another Fast Forward to Queensland video. As always, don't forget to like, comment on YouTube and subscribe to Dawn Radar.